Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. On today's segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be doing something that has been requested a long time ago by a group of lovely people over on the Facebook group Baba's Secret Recipes of Old School Macedonian Cooking. So if you have the chance, head over to their page. They're a great group of people and a lot of lovely recipes, and I shall post the link below in the description bar. So today, for all of those people over at the Baba's group, and for all of you, I'm going to be making a beloved Macedonian dish, and that's Pastrmalija. Pastrmalija is Macedonian pizza, and there are actually several villages that compete to see who makes the best. So today in my kitchen, I'm going to show you all how to make Macedonian Pastrmalija. Aida, let's go. Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen countertop. What I have in here is about 900 grams of pork shoulder, because it has the right amount of fat for this. I asked my butcher to cut it into cubes for me, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut it into smaller pizza size, bite-sized pieces. Now, Pastrmalija originally was used with pork or mutton or lamb, and traditionally the meat was a smoked dry meat, smoked dry pork. But however, you can use a fresh pork as I'm doing here. Now guys, whatever I have left over, I can go ahead and freeze for future use or for a completely different recipe. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get this spiced. So you're going to want a good helping of smoky paprika to get that smoked flavor in there. And all of the quantities and amounts will be in the description bar below. I often eyeball things, I just kind of know how much I'm putting in. So smoky paprika, be generous with that obviously. You're going to go in with some cayenne or hot paprika, just a bit. And then of course our hot chili peppers, our Bukovic's crushed chili peppers. Again, to your taste with this one, guys. Of course we want some freshly ground sea salt. And some cracked black pepper. And this is really your only time to season, guys, because you are not going to be tasting raw pork. You could put a couple of pieces in the frying pan or the oven to taste it, if that's what you want to do. But I will give you all of the amounts below. Of course, salt and pepper are always to taste. Then you want just a scant bit of olive oil. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is, using the tools that God gave me, I'm going to give this a good mix. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to put it in the fridge because this really needs to marinate. And overnight is obviously better. But if you have a couple of hours, an hour, 4, 6 hours, go ahead and let that pork marinate. Alright, so I will bring you back and show you what I do next. Hey guys, welcome back. So our pork is marinated nicely in the fridge, and what I've gone ahead and done now is in this bowl, I've sifted 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Now what I'm going to do is I have a small bowl with warm, not hot water, to which I'm going to add a sachet of dry active yeast. If it's hot, you will kill the yeast. Then I'm going to go ahead and just add something to feed our yeast, just a dessert spoon or teaspoon of sugar. And then I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes and then get the yeast activated. And my yeast has really activated, so I'm going to go and add this to my flour. If your yeast doesn't activate, it just means it's dead and you need to start over. And you can smell it. It smells like bread and, well, kind of like stinky gym socks, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, all of that to my flour. And I'm going to add some salt. You're going to want about a teaspoon of salt. and start incorporating this. What I have is a pint of warm water, which I'm going to add as well, slowly, and if I need more, I'll add more. And what we're going to want to do is basically, until the sides are not sticking anymore, pull this into a dough. Obviously, I need more water. And it's really smelling like, that yeast is really smelling like a dough. So this is what, it's a raggedy kind of texture right now, so I need more water. And guys, the thing about making bread dough or pizza dough, it all depends on your weather. I mean, right now it's so warm here in Malta, and this water is just absorbing like crazy. I do have my air on because it's just too warm in here. Okay, so I might need to add a little bit more flour now. And that's the thing with baking too. I mean, you may need to add a bit more water, you need to add a bit more flour, but just go a little bit at a time until you get a smooth dough. So I'm going to keep working at this, and I'll bring you back and show you when it's done. So my dough is coming together. I added probably about another half a cup of flour, and to which point I'm going to add some, about 2 teaspoons of oil, which is really going to help the dough with its really nice consistency. And as you can see, it's soft, it's not sticky anymore. It's coming together beautifully. And what we're going to want to do, guys, is we're going to want to let this rest for anywhere between a half an hour to an hour. I'm going to check it at the half-hour mark because, as I said, it's quite warm here in Malta. You're going to cover this with a tea towel and let this rest, and we'll see you when it's doubled in size. Hey guys, so it's been almost an hour, and our dough has really risen and doubled in size. So at which point I'm going to go ahead and punch it down, let the air out of it. I know it almost seems sad to do that. I'm going to put a bit of flour on a clean work surface. Tip my dough out. It's so soft and supple and beautiful. What I'm going to do now is just give it a few kneads. You don't have to overwork it. And as a matter of fact, you can actually go straight from this point to making the Pastrmalija. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate our dough and let it rise for another 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm simply going to put this into 4s. Quickly roll these into balls by pinching the ends under. And I'm going to continue this and place them on my board, cover them again with the clean tea towel, and let these rise for another 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll see you then. Hey guys, so our dough has risen for a second time. I've already done one, put it aside, so I'm going to show you what I did. So on a lightly oiled, clean surface, you're going to get one of your dough balls and kind of make it into a bit of a cylinder. And what you're going to want to do then, the Pastrmalija shape is kind of like a canoe shape. So you want to pinch the edges and then start cutting into the middle. I don't want any jokes about what the shape is like. Then you're going to give it a stretch, and continue pulling at the edges, and you want a rim around the edge, like kind of like a moat you're making. And just keep going. It's very soft, it's very supple, it's very forgiving. So just keep going, keep going, keep going. And then what you're going to do is place it on a parchment-lined baking sheet, like I have here. Sorry for the noise. And then you can finish shaping it out. Now, guys, you can make these huge, but this is usually the standard size you're going to find in Macedonia. And it would be one per person. So I'm quite happy with that. So now that these are formed, all that's left to do is to top them. And I'll be right back and show you that. Hey guys, so our Pastrmalija is ready to go in the oven, and all I need to do is top it. The pork has been marinating that whole time that the dough has been resting, that we made it, so it smells incredible. You can just imagine what it would smell like overnight. Amazing. So at this point, just give it another bit of a stir. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start layering the pork in our Pastrmalija. Now, you do not want them on top of each other, but you want them very close to each other. So don't layer them, but make sure that the bottom is completely covered in the pork pieces. And the reason being is you want this to kind of crisp up just a little bit in the cooking process. And I'll show you what we add to help that along. So go ahead, use a big clump and then spread it out. Just like I said, make sure they're not on top of each other, but side by side, very close. Hope I'm showing you everything here. Now I have two more, which I will do later, but I'm just going to show you for the sake of this video how to make these ones. I mean, once you see me do two, you don't need to see me do four, do you? Right, so that I'm happy with, and that's pretty full in there. Now, what's also traditional is you need a little bit of pork lard on top. So I'm going to put about 3 pieces on each Pastrmalija. If you prefer, you can use butter. That's not a problem. But pork lard is what they normally use. So, guys, it's not diet food, but we don't eat this a lot. It's something that you're not going to eat on the regular. I hope. God, I hope. Right, so these are ready for the oven. I'm going to put them in at 200 Celsius. And when they're almost ready, I'm going to take them out because I'm going to show you a twist on one of them. All right, we'll be right back when that's ready. Oh, I hope you can hear that sizzle. And that smells awesome in here. So guys, I told you I'd come back and show you a twist on one of them. What I have here, and this is completely optional, is a couple of beaten eggs. May not need all of it. Just eggs. That's it. You actually don't even need to season these because there's enough seasoning in the pork. And what I'm going to do is pour this onto one of my pizzas. Woo! It's overflowing. Told you I didn't need all of it. And then I'm going to put this back in the oven. Now guys, this is completely optional. As I said, you do not have to do it. Some Macedonian households will crack a whole egg or 2 on here, but that's, you know, again, optional and by region by region. So this is going to go back in the oven for a bit. Guys, it's almost pretty much done, and I'll bring you back and show you the final product. Hey gang, our Pastrmalija is out of the oven and looking fantastic. The one without egg, the one with egg. The crust is like a pizza crust, but it's soft. Oh, you can hear that crunch. So the last step, you want to do is I've melted some butter, and you're going to want to go ahead and go around the crust to give it that nice buttery finished look. It's nice and shiny and gorgeous. I think that I would make those villages in Macedonia that compete quite proud of my Pastrmalija. Guys, you really need to try this. It's dead easy, and it's so yummy, and it's authentic. You can wow your friends and family with this completely, totally. Right, the last thing that we normally do in Macedonia is we top it off with pepperoni, which is a kind of pickled hot pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and top mine off with my pepperoni. And then what you can do is go ahead and slice this into pieces for people to enjoy. So guys, that's it. This is Pastrmalija. I hope you enjoy. I hope you try this. And please hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Comment. I love all your comments. The link to my Facebook page, as usual, will be down below, in addition to the Baba's group on Facebook. As usual, there'll be some photos to follow, and I love you all. Ajde, prijetno, hvala mnogo. Ajde, ciao. We'll see you next time on Memories of Macedonia.